The Aran Islands are one of the most interesting places in all of Ireland, a place where locals speak Irish Gaelic to each other. The Aran Islands comprise 3 islands, Inisheer, Inishmore and Inishmore. Each of the islands has stunning landscapes in the harsh Atlantic Ocean. Rocky cliffs and green hills are everywhere. Today we are on Inisheer. How to get to the Aran Islands? From the island of Ireland, you can reach it all year round by ferry or by plane. By ferry from Roseville City, Island Ferries, or from Dooling Village, Dooling Ferry Company. It's not possible to cross the ferry to the islands by car, but you can rent a bike on the spot. From April to October, a ferry runs between the islands. Inisheer. Fisherman's Cottage Cafe and Tea House are popular on Inisheer. Here, lovely fresh homemade food served by very welcoming staff. Also, you can have a chance to meet some other travelers from all over the world. Samples of knitting from Aran wool are presented here. Family business on the island. Here everyone is engaged in their own business and each resident is essentially his own competitor. And remember that the weather is unpredictable here. Don't forget to take appropriate equipment and warm clothes for the trip. There are no supermarkets with grocery stores on the island, only craft shops. For example, special sweets, cheese and charity shops. For tourists, family farmers organize a tour of the island on a tractor. Invented, implemented, and now they are the best on the island, as well as all locals. The inhabitants of the islands, isolated from the rest of Ireland, have preserved their customs and culture. Farming and fishing are the main occupations of the islanders. Life on the islands is arranged so as not to hurry anywhere. Therefore, the Aran Islands are the perfect place for meditation, yoga, and soul relaxation. You should hurry except for the plane or the ferry. And yes, there are 280 people on the island, 60 of them are children. There are senior and junior schools as well. The Aran Islands comprise 3 islands, Inisheer, Inishmore and Inishmore. The smallest Inisheer, where we are now, is totally covered with hills and cut by stone walls. It looks like an ancient labyrinth. Wherever you go, to the freshwater lake which is in front of you, sandy beach, or to the beached remains of the ship, these walls made of ancient stones flaunt everywhere. If you look closely at the walls, you can see that the stones are not cemented together at all. And the labyrinths are formed into beautiful patterns, which are very different from the same walls on the neighboring islands. Mobile and internet connection are bad here, and it's not acceptable to look at the screens of gadgets. Therefore, perfect children's summer camps with in-depth study of Gaelic are here. The highlight of the island is the atmosphere, and this is what makes the trip complete and perfect. Locals drive cars, and tourists ride bicycles. This is the Ship of Happiness. In 1960, the vessel ran aground. The crew was saved. Alcohol was also saved by the locals, if you know what we mean. Here you can see old houses with thatched roofs. Time seems to have stopped. Just look at it. You can also get to any of the islands from Ireland by air. This is an airstrip. A flight on a small plane isn't much more expensive, and groups of 4 or more tourists can ask for group rates. Planes fly 5 times a day, and the journey takes only 7 minutes. The planes are small, so one of the passengers can be seated next to the pilot. It can be a small adventure, right? O'Brien Castle, also known as a Fermin Castle, is an early 15th century tower house and a national monument. It's located near the highest point of the island. In the Middle Ages, the island was ruled by the O'Brien dynasty. Then the castle passed to the Flahertys from Connemara, whose descendants still live on the island. In 1652, the castle wasn't used and was partially dismantled. Since then, it has been empty. The best pub. Remember, yes, everything is the best here. Locals regularly spend evenings there. It is there they play musical instruments and sing folk songs over a pint of beer. If you have arrived on the island with an overnight stay, you should rest, breathe in the salty air, enjoy the views, and of course, slowly sip the creamy foam for a pint of Guinness.